the industry's been kind of reinventing itself over and over again. A lot of people manage SIMs, and then you've got the XDRs, the EDRs, the NDRs, calling, very similar type things. And then SOAR, which is another piece of kind of a XDR, I would argue. So where do you kind of see this today, and where do you see it headed with all these different potential ways of solving the same problem?
Yeah, it is a tough problem to solve, right? And then understanding and differentiating between what is, an MDR versus MSSP versus MEDR, throw in the X in there in the, the XDR space or whatever. Differentiating between those services is often very difficult. So having a good understanding about like what each of those can do for you, and then how can you engage with someone to partner on that is something that's very important. An MDR provider is going to be, and that's what we do at Rapid7 today. We've been in the business of MDR since 2015. We also have had a quote unquote XDR solution that we built the managed service on top of since that time. So our Inside IDR is a SIM, but it also incorporates an endpoint agent component. So really, we were XDR before XDR was cool, I guess we like to put it. And we built our managed service around that because, realizing that you need to be able to pull in all the data sources, not just from specifically like an endpoint, right? Or not just from your firewalls or network devices, but having that holistic view of what's going on is very important. But having a good understanding of what your partner is able to do for you, and especially early on in the game, not when a breach is happening, but when you first, go shopping for a solution, a managed services partner, is something that you want to be aware of, because understanding where does that managed service stop in the detection and response cycle, and what are they going to be able to do for you, right? Like a managed detection and response service is not going to be going in generally putting firewall rules in, or doing updates on your devices or whatever, whereas an MSSP partner might be able to do something like that for you. An MDR service really should have the expertise to be able to look at what's right and what's not right across lots of different event sources in your environment, and be able to effectively alert you to when those things are going wrong, and B, respond. One of the things we did at Rapid7 several years ago is we baked in our incident response service into the managed service, because we recognized that those precious minutes count. And so having that understanding of where does that provider start and stop, and where do you need to now engage with maybe another third-party service, maybe you have an incident response retainer, however that might go, understanding that early on before you have a breach is very important in that regard.